much, and it's a good one to be here. It's a thing that actually gives me so much of pain hearing the amount that has been released, and also hearing from those that this amount has been released from. I think it's actually unfortunate because there's always a saying that goes this way: he who goes to equity
Must go with clean
must
hands.
goes with clean hands. And also a saying that goes this way: um, he who live in a glass house does not throw stones. Yes, so much might have been received for the betterment of River State. If you ask me, is this the same allocation that was received? Is this the same amount of allocation or money that was received within the period we had the former governor of River State? Is it the same figure that was released? And if it is the same figure, or if the from previous administration released more than this current administration, so far so good. What was the outcome of the previous administration? How was the money released, the allocation released by the federal government to Rivers State by the previous administration spent on the betterment of Rivers people? Even though Rivers youth or Rivers civil servant will cry a little, well, at least they will not cry the way they cried under the previous administration, led by Sir Yesomeso Onwike, who is the current minister.
We're not living in the past. We're living in the present.
Going forward.
And I'm okay. Go on.
Going forward, now who is talking? The person talking is also saddled with its own responsibility that has not been able to deliver the dividends of which the purpose of which he was appointed as the state reps. Tony Okocha, sometimes I think as youth and as a leadership of the South Youth Initiative, we always want to respect our boundaries and also not wants to take it from anybody that is in place of authority, that is failing and then also castigating another person that he tends to fail. Currently, Rivers State is in this because of his own principle, which is their principle, by Sir Yesomeso Onwike. I want to ask Tony Okocha a question. Was he appointed to come to Rivers State as state reps to fight government in Rivers State? Or was he also appointed to see how he can contribute with his office, the dividends of democracy, and then see how Nddc, we have called on this before. I want to say it again, that Sam Ogboku should call to Okocha to order. That if Sam Ogboku refuse to call to Okocha to order, it also will bring a lot of dust to Sam Ogboku. Because if the MD of Nddc, Sam Ogboku, refuse to call on the attention of Tony Okocha, then it will look as if we are now coming out to attack Nddc. Because we are not happy. This is the first time we want Rivers State to be in peace. Youth have suffered. Under the previous administration, there was no job. Under the previous administration, there was nothing that happened in Rivers State. Currently, Rivers State has been known for political tussle in the negative aspect. And who has been responsible for this political tussle? But it's Yesomeso Onwike, the FCT minister. He has always been responsible for political tussle in Rivers State. He's known in that light. And if Tony Okocha was appointed, he should also know that he's not the only person that was appointed in NDDC or nominated by the same Yesomeso. Boma Yaye, the EDF of NDDC, was also nominated by the MD of by Yesomeso. Wike also said it in one of the statements that is also one of those persons that nominated the MD of NDDC, Sam Ogboku. We are yet to go to that part. But what we want to do is that Rivers youth will not want to dig crisis in the midst of crisis. And that is why we want Tony Okocha to please, if he really wants to act as APC chairman, then he should step down as the state reps of Nddc in Rivers State. Because if he doesn't, it will look as if there is something else that is cooking against him. When Tony Okocha was the chief of staff, he never had an effective representation as the chief of staff to the former governor of Rivers State, right on Bushibikoro to me.
What do you mean he never had
there was no approach, there was no engagement by Tony Okocha to Rivers State. He was also sentimental. He has been a sentimental leader. Tony Okocha has been a sentimental leader.
The job of the chief of staff is to take care of government, the governor and the surrounding staff, not to cater to the need of Rivers youths. I want us to be clear on that. Go on.
I am not ignorant of the responsibility of a chief of staff. I am also aware and privileged to be aware that as a chief of staff, You have your personal engagement with the people you represent as a chief of staff. You also have what it is that you can also show as a representative of your people. His major concentration was just to build a town hall, which he felt that was all he could achieve at IMEABE. Now, outside building a town hall, there was any other thing he did beyond building a town hall in IMEABE as a chief of staff. Now he's the state reps of Nddc. We were all happy that Tony Okocha is now the state reps of Nddc. But as we see right now, it seems there is another reason why he was appointed as a chief of staff. APC cannot be in government and criticizing the government of Rivers State. Because even at the federal level, we are yet to get the dividends of democracy from APC. Tinubu just arrived after 2 weeks of visiting France. Now, the purpose of which he visited, we are not aware. What is attracted, or what his visit has attracted to Nigeria, we are not aware. At this point in time, people are still suffering in the midst of hardship. The economic situation of the country has affected every Nigerian. Every situation, every sector has been affected. There is no sector that is excluded from this current administration. What we keep hearing is the same hope that we are given even before then. We have been given hope even when we have a former president that told us we are going to miss him. Because some of us, we are laughing and we say, how are we going to miss a former president? A president that people are suffering under his leadership. That president, former President Muhammadu Buhari. And he said, Nigerians will miss me. And at the same time, we are seeing that we are missing Buhari. Because at least there was no way we bought fuel for 300 naira under his administration. I think the least we bought fuel was 200 and something naira, 250 as the case may be. It never exceeded or extended to 300 naira. But right now, some filling stations are selling for 700 naira. Some filling stations are even selling above 700 naira in the middle of the night. As we speak right now, what we are facing in the country, Tony Okocha as APC government or as APC chairperson in Rivers State, caretaker chairman in Rivers State, and also the state reps of Nddc should know that the position he's occupying as the state rep shouldn't be political. The purpose of Nddc was as an interventionist agency saddled with the responsibility of reducing the level of hardship in the Niger Delta, especially in Rivers State as he represents, and not to play politics. That office he occupied is not an office for him to use to play politics.
All right,
if Tony Okocha wants to speak, he should think of a possible means and resign as the state reps of Nddc.
Okay.
If he cannot resign as the state reps of Nddc, then he should stay away from Nddc.
All right, so that's pretty understood. But if you look at the